Rebecca Campbell and I have worked together since 2004, and we were looking for something to do together. And I found out when I was doing Patsy Cline and Loretta Lynn spotlights that I really like some country music. And the more I get into the music and the lives of these two women, the more I realize what a perfect choice it was. These two ladies are, well, all three of them, Ashley, Judd included, with Wynonna and Naomi. They're real survivors. They're very strong women, and their music is gorgeous, and the harmonies are gorgeous, and the lyrics are, you know, you're doing blues, you're doing rock, you're doing all different genres, which is what they did, and it's just very touching, and it's good music. Rebecca came to me when we were doing a show called Masterclass, and Gwen Overland was our director, and she knew Becca from church choir. And in comes this not too tall lady, and out comes this voice. Oh my God. The way she has worked on her voice, because she was this classically trained, you know, opera singer, and now she's singing rock. And I just love it. I love listening to her. I worked with Janina in Hello, Dolly a couple years ago here at Camelot. We had this beautiful scene together, and I could see the emotion in her face, in her eyes, and I went, this is a really fine young actress. And then I heard her sing in one of the spotlights, and I didn't know why she wasn't doing leads. And so I immediately asked her to be part of this, and she has worked so hard. We've had 3 or 4 rehearsals outside of music rehearsals, and we've been rehearsing for 3 months, the vocalist, once a week. But to get her comfortable with the dialogue, because she has all of the narration, or almost all of it. She works so hard, and she has a beautiful voice, and we get to feature her on 2 songs. Well, Janina had her plate full, but she offered to play harmonica on a couple of tunes we needed harmonica on, and then one thing after another, she changed jobs, and she said, I don't think I can do it. So I immediately, because I've worked with Bob and his harmonicas so many times over the years, I went to Brent Ulstad, our music director and arranger, and said, what if we brought Bob in? And he went, yes, yes. So we brought him in. He's such a Renaissance man. He's a consummate actor, got a wonderful singing voice, and he was known in Texas as Harmonica Bob. He had his own TV show, and he loves music, and it's in his body, it's in his soul, and it's certainly in those harmonicas. Expect a story of compassion, tenacity, survival over so many obstacles that were put in the way of Naomi and then Wynonna. And they started singing together when she was in her teens, and she almost never got out of her rebellious teen phase until her mother was struck down with disease that they only gave her 3 years to live. And thank goodness interferon came along, because Naomi had been a nurse and had a needle prick, and she ended up with hepatitis C. And so they put together a tour, her last tour, which started out as 10 and then turned out to be like 25 concerts across the country. And then Naomi figured she would just go home and die, and instead interferon made the difference. In the meantime, Wynonna took off on her own. And then when Naomi hit 65, she wanted to go back and do one more tour with her daughter, so that they ended up, because they were always at each other. It's kind of like if you have a rebellious teenager and they don't evolve into a woman apart from you, then you've got that to work with. And they worked it out. But these two women loved each other so much.